welcome to all of you. What a fantastic crowd. You know, if we had had a space for 100 more people, we would have sold the tickets for that too, but it's great to see all of you folks here today. The 2022 celebration of the Ames Chamber of Commerce and our affiliate organizations at the beautiful Suka Benzone Club at Jack Trice Stadium. What a fantastic venue. Thank you. For our team at the Ames Chamber of Commerce, it's fun almost every day. And it's fun almost every day because what we're ultimately doing is supporting a fantastic business community, a fantastic university community, and a whole host of members like yourselves that invest in this community and in this region every day. And so this celebration today is really about the work that we do, but we do it on your behalf. And we're thrilled to be able to do that. I've got some special guests today that I really want to acknowledge. If you'll give me a moment, I'd like to introduce Mayor John Hala from the City of Ames. Ames City Council members Amber Corrieri, Gloria Betcher, and Tim Garton. The Chair of the Story County Board of Supervisors, Latifa Faisal. Iowa State University President Dr. Wendy Winterstein. And fairly new Superintendent of the Ames Community School District, Dr. Julius Lawson. Julius, thanks for being here today. As I was going over the list this morning to see who was coming, I found a couple other folks. I thought I better add those folks to the list too. So please join me in welcoming State Auditor Rob Sand. I don't know where Rob's sitting, but he's here. There he is over there. Rob, welcome. And most of you probably know, because he lives kind of in the area, the President and CEO of the Iowa Association of Business and Industry, Mike Ralston. Mike, you're over there somewhere. Mike, welcome. And we don't do our work alone. It takes all of you, it takes our local governments, and it also takes other state organizations to support what we do. From the Iowa Chamber Alliance, Dustin Miller and Brad Epperly. And is Casey here? Casey, welcome. I want to also make a special shout out today to a group many of you may not know about, but you're going to hear a lot more about them in the new year, and that's the Fuel Organization. You might say, the Fuel Organization, what is that? That's the Young Professionals Organization for Ames and Story County. And I'm thrilled that a number of the Fuel members are here over to my left, your right, way in the back. There they are. Raise your hands. Wait, stand up, folks, please. You're going to hear from these folks in the new year. They've got a lot of things planned. Shannon Teeley joined us here a few weeks ago. We're plowing more resources into that organization because it's critically important to all your businesses that we continue to support our young professional community. My sincere gratitude to our sponsors today, and the list is many. You'll see them right up here, but let me name them, please. Our presenting sponsor, the Iowa State University Office of Economic Development and Industry Relations. The silver sponsors, Iowa State University Athletics. Our bronze sponsors, First National Bank, Burke Corporation, Friedrich Iowa Realty, Mary Greeley Medical Center, and Kingland Systems. Our Clone Cone, or dessert sponsor, Vision Bank. Nice job, guys. And our beverage sponsor, our Mocktail Strawberry Daiquiri. I've never said that before. Our Mocktail Strawberry Daiquiri, sponsored by Renewable Energy Group. Thank you, folks. You've got a nice gift bag on your table. That's compliments of the sponsors that place things in there, but also Unite Private Networks. I saw John earlier. John's in the room here somewhere, over there. Thanks, fellas. Appreciate it. And our supporting sponsors, Northcrest Community and the Iowa State University Research Park. Please give these folks a hand for underwriting today. We have a fabulous speaker today, which I really can't wait for you to hear. I've been talking about this guy for months. My staff's like, God, I wish this guy would just get here, give his presentation, and Dan can go on to something else. But I'm thrilled he's coming. But before we do that, I want to welcome the 2022 chairs, my two primary bosses. In most regards, like all of you are my bosses, but my two primary chairs, Kevin Brooks from the Ames Economic Development Commission and Lawrence Cunningham from the Ames Chamber of Commerce. Gentlemen, come on up. As they're walking up, I would tell you that it's usually at an event like this where you acknowledge them for their great leadership and service over the past year, which is true, but they will be properly recognized January 26th. It's a Thursday evening where we'll conduct our annual awards banquet. We hope to see you all there. Thank you.
Well, I think I'm first today. It's nice to see everybody, and I have to tell you, I finally understand how Chuck Winkleblack feels hanging out with Dean Hunziker all the time, because everybody around here is like this tall. So it's nice to see you all. Yeah, thank you. You need a picture of this? Right? Thanks. Makes me feel so much better, thank you. Well, it's truly been a remarkable period of time for the Ames Chamber this year. This year, we reached a new milestone where we surpassed 700 members. This is the first time in our organization we've ever hit that number. So 700 is a significant number of investors in our business, and it underscores our ongoing commitment to supporting all of our communities. So if we can take just a minute before we keep going and recognize Jan Williams and her team. Jan's back here in the pink. Recognize their team for an incredible effort. And whether it's ribbon cuttings or signature events, the Ames Chamber has also executed more than 100 events in 2022. Many of those were for member businesses who were celebrating milestones, and many of them were also just for networking and learning opportunities like this. And this room today is a really good example of the role that the Ames Chamber plays in facilitating opportunities for communities across our MSA to come together and connect. So thanks again for all of you for participating and investing in the Ames Chamber. And as I look back on the year, one of the things that I would encourage others to participate in, and one of the highlights for me this year, was the inner city trip. For me, it was exciting because we went to Marion, Cedar Falls, and Dubuque. And I know that doesn't sound that exciting when you're living in Ames, but what was really interesting about that is we were able to meet with leaders in their communities to learn more about how public and private partnerships have benefited those communities and how we might take some of those learnings and help to build more community and more opportunities here in Ames. So thanks for a great year.
Well, certainly it was exciting to hear the update on the Ames Chamber of Commerce. From the economic development standpoint, there's also been a number of things that have been accomplished we wish to share. But I'm going to go off script, Dan. Don't get nervous. There's a couple people who were supposed to be here, Mike Esposito and Rick Sanders, and I wanted to have us all wish them a happy birthday. It's their birthday today, and so let's give them a round of applause. Happy birthday, gentlemen. You know, the future is developed over time, and as we look at one of the big accomplishments this past year, which is Prairie View, it's the opening of Prairie View Industrial Center east of I-35, and that project has been in the works for a long, long time, but that would not have been accomplished without thanks to a couple of key partners, and those partners was the City of Ames and Alliant Energy. Those folks stepped up, made it happen, and is really opening up the door to the east for development. Recently, the first phase of the utility installations was completed, which then paved the path for the announcement about 6 weeks ago, for which Whiffles Hybrids have announced plans to build their new facility here on that development industry park, and it'll be the first of many. And we thank the sponsors, and we thank them for taking the time to choose Ames as their new home for their expansion. Also, it was referenced by Lawrence about the Ames MSA, and the Ames Economic Development Commission works throughout the entire Ames MSA. And for some of us, we may say, what's an MSA? Well, the MSA is the region that includes all of Story County and all of Boone counties. And one of the great things that the AEDC has done this year and has accomplished is it is actively engaged in all of the communities outside of Ames. That goes from Ogden to Nevada and past, and Colo, and from Story City south to Huxley. And Huxley actually 10 years ago started as the first community that was engaged with Ames Economic Development to help sponsor their growth and the development areas there. And then, as we look at it, the organization's success doesn't just happen. And so the Ames Economic Development Chamber staff set out this year to update and revisit the organizational strategic plan. And the outlining of that path has been shared at our board levels, but will be shared throughout. And that path focuses on organizational success and community impact. And you'll be seeing that commitment continued through Dan and all of the staff going forward. And they'll live by that dynamic document that they have put together. At this time, it's really my pleasure to introduce and bring up and invite Michelle Vogel and Reynolds Kramer to join Lawrence and I on stage. Michelle is the incoming chair of the Ames Chamber of Commerce. Reynolds is the incoming chair of the Ames Economic Development Commission. And so we want to say thanks. Come on up, it's a big stage. And Michelle, we want to thank you and Reynolds for coming into leadership. Michelle?
Well, thank you, Kevin, and thank you, Lawrence. Lawrence, we want to thank you. I should turn this way so I can, or maybe can you come up here? That'd be great. Thank you so much for your service as board chair for the Ames Chamber of Commerce and your leadership in 2022. Lawrence will receive his award for his service at the annual awards event in January that Dan mentioned, January 26th. Sure to be a great evening. Mark your calendars for that. You heard Lawrence talk about growing numbers in membership, and you heard him talk about the sheer volume of activities and events hosted by the Chamber. And I'm here to tell you that would not happen without the phenomenal team that is behind it all, a team that is growing. The members of this team are so dedicated, and their contribution to this community does not go unnoticed. This team will continue to grow and continue to contribute and host amazing events that get us all involved. It is their dedicated service that makes the Ames Chamber of Commerce an engine that does not stop. Their reach is impressive. From our community to surrounding communities and even surrounding counties. They run the Ames Main Street organization. They help organize the Young Professionals program. They're engaged in economic development activities across the entire region. The Ames Chamber of Commerce drives workforce development across the county. They're not done growing. I'm grateful for the opportunity to serve as board chair in 2023 and to work even more closely with this amazing team. I'm excited to see it all unfold. New goals to set, new milestones to reach, and I know there will be no shortage of events for us all to participate in and for us all to get involved, to show our support for each other and our businesses and organizations, and to support this great community. Reynolds.
Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate that. And Kevin and Lawrence, once again, great job. Big shoes to fill, especially with Kevin. If you know him well, you know that when he says we're going to have an hour meeting, it's only 60 minutes, which is a big deal anytime you're trying to have meetings. There was others in the room that always went over. But I'm definitely honored to have this role, and so many of you in this room have also been up on this stage before, helping this community grow. The one thing I'll mention is, without a doubt, something that has changed, and I think we're very excited for this next year to continue this, is that Boone and Story County are working together like never before. And all the small communities in those counties are now one big family. Our goal is to continue to grow that, continue to have representation from all the small communities. And when Dan and his team are out there working in Colo or Huxley or Nevada, Ogden, Iowa, etc., it's all for the greater good. It's for the greater good for services, for homes, for business and economic growth in Boone and Story County. And that's vital, and that's what we're going to push for 2023.
I want to thank all of you for hanging in there. That was a lot of information. It was great information, and it's good things for us to hear. But nonetheless, I told you you'd be out here by 1 o'clock, and so I'm going to cut my remarks a bit here and we'll get you moving. Two quick items. First, I want to show you a video of something really exciting that I don't know if I was more excited about Peter coming to speak or what we're about to show you. So, Emery, come on up, start this video, and we'll have you out of here in the next 5 minutes. Give our staff a hand for that fantastic video. Folks, this is what I'm talking about. This is a publication called Traction. This is our inaugural issue. You'll get one thing on your way out. This is to tell your story. Our members, our stakeholders, our investors, and our communities. We think we tell it best, and we think we can do that with your ongoing support, with your ongoing innovation, and the ways you're investing in our community, and we showcase that in this publication. Now, I'll tell you, Eric Schmidt, our new Vice President of Marketing and Communications, is over there with the camera by the bar. Have you been by the bar the whole time? Eric joined us in August. One of our core values is innovation. Folks, this is innovation for the Ames Chamber of Commerce and the Ames Economic Development Commission and our affiliate organizations. This will tell our story on a quarterly basis. Our story, and more importantly, your story. So take a copy when you leave. We're thrilled and excited about this. There's great content. The photography in here is spectacular. I couldn't be more proud of this publication, and I want to thank Eric and his team for making this happen. So let's give Eric and his team a hand. I also want to thank our printer, Sigler. Michelle, thank you. This happened in very, very short order. This was an idea that came to me from Eric about 60 days ago, and the content is fantastic. You'll see some of you might recognize on there, the leader of Ag Certain, Dan O., and please take a copy when you leave. After today, our members that aren't here today or couldn't join us because we were sold out, they'll get a copy in the mail, and you'll see your next edition of this publication in April. So we're excited about that. Secondly, if you enjoyed Peter as much as I did today and you'd like a copy of his book, you may have won one. In your gift bags, there's a blue card that looks like this. If you've got one in your gift bag, you've got one of 100 free books that we're giving away on your way out today. And Peter's going to stick around and sign those if you'd like. If you didn't win a book, there's lots of ways to buy those. You could probably go to a good chamber member downtown and find out at Dog-Eared Books and have them order it for you. But either way, there are plenty of ways to get Peter Zeihan's book. I want to thank our sponsors. Now you're all distracted. Did you win, Kevin? You know, I moved the bags around. I thought I might have won. I've got the books. In all seriousness, folks, thank you so much for being here today. I want to make a special thanks to Emery Widlowski, who was just up here with me, Melissa Gillen, Jan Williams, Sarah Dvorsky, and the entire team downtown at 304 Main Street that supports all of you in a number of ways. I couldn't be more proud of my team. They're tireless every day, and they proved it again today. Thanks again to Kevin Brooks and Lawrence Cunningham for a great year of leadership, and well over 100 people, and a lot of you are here, over 100 people that support organizations by serving on boards as board members, whether it's in Boone or Nevada or all points in between of all the organizations we serve. Folks, we stand adjourned. Have a terrific afternoon and a safe and enjoyable holiday season and a fantastic 2023. We'll see you soon. Thank you.